I have a countdown. I just have to find it. Ah! Hold on. Hold on. We're almost there. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I hate to break it up, man, but it's time to change the subject for just about 60 seconds.
Welcome. I'm actually here now. This is stream number 3, show number 4 for me today. So if I'm a little bit of a space cadet, well, it just means you know me, because I'm always a bit of a space cadet. Yeah. So welcome back, as the case may be. Jim is chatting about watching the Librarian season 1 episode 8. I've seen some of the Librarians. I don't remember if I've seen that episode or not. Cut the Magic Box House reappeared, disappears at times. During the end of the episode, remembers it could have been a TARDIS or a transporter from Star Trek. Yeah. I love when they have those Easter eggs and bring up other shows or whatever it may be. It's just so much. It's so good. It's fun. It's especially when it's competitors. One of the best superhero movies that I think I've seen was actually Teen Titans Go to Hollywood. This was the annoying kids version of Teen Titans, but they had Stan Lee at doing cameos. They had pot shot after pot shot at Disney, at Marvel. It was glorious. And clearly this was fine. They knew what was going on, and I loved it. When Deadpool took a pot shot at Green Lantern, loved it. When Jimmy Kimmel and the one who's still around, when the two late night shows had a fun war where they even co-broadcast or at one point, or if you flip between the channels, you could see them bickering between the channels. It was wonderful. I love that sort of a thing. But yes, I'm a little bit on the crazy side. I need to slow down, so I'm going to pick up friendly local beverage. Why? Because it's been a day. Not bad. Blind Man Brewery is just up the road, basically 20 minutes, and I got a 4-pack of different lagers, and I don't usually do lagers, but this is quite good. A little bit darker for a lager. I like it. Very good. Anyhow, welcome back. I am here to play again for Northwood. Again, The Noisy Year. Again, Poem Fu Panda, the second scenario. I did a rush playthrough earlier today, just before The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, as a sort of a pre-show fun. Jim, thank you for popping in for that. I greatly appreciate it. So I popped in, did the thing, rushed through, lost horribly, but I get to show a few more people the game, and that's kind of why I do this. It's not so much the winning, it is getting to share the things I like with you, and hopefully you like them too. That's why the rathole.ca exists. I'm super excited for this weekend with FalCon. Did I put that in this brand, or did I put it in the other one? Nope, sure didn't. So yes, this weekend I'm going to be at FalCon 37 in Calgary. There we go. It's going to be a great weekend of gaming at the TELUS Convention Center. One of the biggest strictly gaming conventions in Canada, certainly in Western Canada. Amidst the schedule on Friday evening, I'm going to be doing a live stream with Melanie from Mel's Board Game Room, talking about my top 9 abstract strategy games, because I love that. I've said it every time. Abstract strategy is my jam. So we're going to be talking about that. I've got a second stream with her live streaming some Shuffle Dungeons, which if you wander back on the channel, you'll be able to see that as well. I did do a solo playthrough of that last week, ? But it is currently on Kickstarter, well past funded. So definitely check that out. That both my video, which they feature on their Kickstarter page, and the Kickstarter. And I will try to share out the link to Mel's show as soon as I'm able to do that. For now, though, let's take another look for those who are new. Please say hi if you are, by the way, because I certainly can see your comments and bring them up, as I did with Jim's earlier. But let's just kind of go quickly through what is For Northwood. For Northwood is a solo trick-taking game. As you can see, it is not terribly big. Really nice box, but it is not big at all. Perfect for just throwing into your backpack or whatever. However, it's a bit big to just you couldn't play this on the plane unless you had a second seat to be able to spread out a bit. You'll see that you've got a spread of 8 cards, so that's how wide you get. I have played on here the basic game, lost horribly. Said, you know what? I'm just going to jump ahead, despite not quite getting there, to the scenarios in the Noisy Year. This is a whole nother set of scenarios, 4 scenarios per season, with an extra challenge as well. I've done Summer 1. I actually won that. I've done Summer 2 twice now. Lost horribly and miserably. But they are slightly different rules in each of these scenarios. Just a reminder as well, if you are over on X watching, this is the only place in the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS that I'm streaming this is on their X channel, because I can't stream on my own X, because thank you, Muskie. So here is the rules that I'm going to be working with. I have a specific set of allies. I have the Panda, which is the King of Flowers, Tiger, which is the Lady of Claws, and the Baron of Eyes, which is the Fox. Normally you would have 4, and they might be random, they might be selected, depends on the scenario you're playing with. Special rules: Panda and Tiger do have different abilities, given the ones that are on their cards. Tiger, discard 2 cards, draw the number of cards equal to their difference. So if I discard a 7 and a 3, I draw 4 cards, pair of 2s, nothing. Panda is discard or score 2 cards whose values sum equal to 9. Can't split those destinations. It's either score them or discard them. Doesn't matter which one. The challenge, which I'm not doing, would only have those 2, Panda and Tiger, as their allies. So we're going to swap turn to click, 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 click. Whoop. There we go. So here we have things. Last time I just kept the rulers for these fiefdoms from the previous game that I got absolutely whooped on. So this time I am going to shuffle them up and get hopefully a better look and a better spread of people. How this works is you're having a conversation. Each of these is a fiefdom with a ruler. So, for example, the Prince of Leaves. The suit of the ruler is the trump suit for that hand. On these 4 Northwood cards, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how many points or tricks you need to take in order to successfully get that ruler from being neutral to positive towards you. You can then bring that ruler in and replace one of your allies, which all have special abilities. All of these rulers have different special abilities. So the game is never the same twice. Even the same scenarios are not usually going to be the same twice. How you have your dialogues with these is you deal out 8 cards. You will pull the top card of that. This is the conversation starter that the appropriate ruler, wherever you've chosen, plays. You would then play something from your hand. In this case, you have to standard trick-taking rules. Must follow suit. So if I played this 4 of flowers, I would beat this 2 of flowers. I would then get a point. If that 4 of flowers came up and I played the 5 of claws, because I have no flowers, I would either lose, or if it was the trump, then I would win. So again, pretty standard trick-taking rules there. Let's take a look what we have for our rulers today. In the 0 spot, we're going to have the Prince of Claws. Draw cards one at a time until you draw a card of the ruler's suit, or until you decide to stop. There is a full-on FAQ, which I really should read at some point, but I am going to assume that I clicked the button. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to assume that it means if you can stop before you get it, you can't keep going after. In the number 1 spot, King of Leaves. Look at the top card of the deck. Exchange it with a card in your hand. Now let's get a little closer in here. Why? Because I can. In fact, we're going to even come in a little closer still. Why? Because I can. There we go. Next in the 2 spot is going to be the Jack of Flowers. Discard all cards that match the current ruler's suit. It is convenient that that's down at the bottom in a 2, because he's a good one to have in the lower categories. For 3, Jack of Eyes, draw 2 cards, and then discard 2 cards. Baron of Leaves. You may exchange a card in hand with the top card of the discard pile if it has the same value. Do the same for the scoring pile. This could be good. This could be not at all good. We'll see. That is, you can only have a maximum of 2 rulers in this rule set. So that is all of the leaves. We have the Lady of Flowers. Discard a card with a value equal to the number of cards you have in your hand. Haven't seen her come up yet. Queen of Claws. Draw the top card from the deck, the discard pile, and the scoring pile. And Lady of Leaves we can't use. Prince of Eyes. Discard a card, then draw a card. Repeat this for each exhausted ally. So every time you use an ally, which are these cards right here, you will... Did it move? I can't remember if it moved. That's okay. I'm fine with this. You would exhaust them to show that you've used those abilities. So he's in the 7 spot. The rest of these will not be used. Bloop. So first thing I do is come back over here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Slide. There we go. We can give these another good shuffle. But I'm going to deal out 8 cards to myself. I will take a look at them, see what is most beneficial and what I can do most easily. So again, in order to succeed, I need to win 0 tricks or 0 points, 7 points, 7 tricks, and numerically in between. They're each worth slightly different point value at the end of everything. So the minimum point value to actually officially win is 16 points. So it is, I believe this is 1, 2, 3, 4 points each. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Let's take a look at my hand. A few good flowers. No 8s, but a couple of 7s and a 6. A couple of 6s. I think the Lady of Flowers is going to be a good one because that's 5 points. I've got 3 trumps and another 7 in there and another 6 in there. These are reasonable. I think I can probably pull off a 4 or a 5. So I'm going to go with a 5 because I have more of that trump suit. We are going to see the conversation starts with a 3 of flowers. So that is the trump suit. Of course it is. I will beat that handily with a 5. Next. 2 of eyes. I have a 3 of eyes. So again, I can only win 5. I've won 2. I have 3 left that I can do. 4. Again, I have to play to suit here. I think I'm going to go with the 7. So I've now won 3. I have 2 more that I can win. 5 of claws. It's getting a little scary, so I'm going to slough off and lose with that 2 of claws. 3 of claws. Made a reasonably good. It wouldn't have mattered at the end, but there's my 4th win with a 6. Again, because I have to play to suit. So I now have 4 points of a maximum 5 with 2 trump cards in here. Let's stop for a second and see if there's anything I can do to potentially change this. So the King of Flowers is discard or score. I would want to discard 2 cards with a value of exactly 9. Well, none of those add up to 9, so phooey on that. Discard your lowest. Nope. With the new one, it is discard 2 cards, and I will draw the difference. So if I discard those 2 cards, I would draw 1 more card. If I draw those, I'll draw 1 more card. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to discard those, especially because that's a trump. I've got a decent trump here. I drew a second trump. But, Baron of Eyes, if your next response is even, draw a card. If it's odd, discard a card. These are both trumps. These are the top 2 trump cards. I would guaranteed win in that. I would almost guaranteed win on that. So I can, theoretically, we'll find out when I flip that card, play my 7 and discard that 8, which would give me 7. So let's see what this is. 2 of flowers. This is great. I play my odd numbered card to the 7. I should have turned that. There we go. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points from the 5 points that I needed to get. I get to discard my 8, which gives me the end of that conversation. And this becomes mine. So now what I can do is with that, I can replace at the beginning of a hand one of my, or all of them theoretically, but any of my allies here with allies that I've gained favor with. So my Lady of Flowers, discard a card with a value equal to the number of cards in your hand. That'll be a really useful card when I get down to over here. Because I could discard theoretically high numbered cards at the beginning. So that's a good start. That's a good start. We have won the first hand. It's a good way to start. I like it. I like it a lot. I think part of my problem with the last 2 times I tried this scenario was the setup. It went two of the same suit, 2 of the same suit, 2 of the same suit, 2 of the same suit, which made trumping things a little bit more challenging because everything was just so stuck together. And the abilities you needed were kind of stuck together as a result as well. That is a good start to this. Let's see. Let's see what this is. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I've got a couple. They're low, but I do have a couple of leaves. 6 and a 7 and a 6 and a 4. Now, in theory, so if I use my Lady of Claws, I can discard basically 2 matching cards and not draw anything. I can easily discard those or that 2 and a 7 in order to cut this down. It's just a matter of what do I want to do. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go for the Jack of Flowers, which is a 2. So the trump suit on that is going to be flowers. I can only win a maximum of 2. Right? Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I discard those, means I get nothing. Right? Right. So I will discard my 2 7s. And I will discard these 2 cards that equal 9. Not great for the Baron of Eyes because I've got 3 evens and 1 odd, but that's whatever. Neither here nor there. So let's take a look-see. 4. Again, it's trump. I have nothing in the trump suit. I'm going to ditch, which is actually, like I said, I have to get 2 points. So this is still a little bit tricky. I'm going to ditch my 1 because I will never win on that. 3 of claws. I will take a point off the 4 of claws. So that's 1 out of 2. 5 of claws. There's my 2. So if this is basically anything but a 1 of eyes, I will have succeeded. 3 of eyes. Whew. That was that could have been scary. But I have I've already had more success than most of my rounds in this. That's great. So we'll reset that. We'll give this another shuffle. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, and 8. I got some decent eyes. I don't think I can get that 7, but can I do? I could probably get the 3, but I have a big risk in that I could end up with too much. Got a 5 there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with. Thanks, Jim. What do you think, Jim? Should I do 3 points or 4? What do you think? I think I'm leaning towards going to 4, even though I don't. That would mean potentially giving up that trump. Because I have a lot of trump for the 3. I think I'm going to go for the 4, which is. So I think I'm going to go for the Baron of Leaves, which, if I get it, you may exchange a card in hand with the top of the discard pile. If it has the same value, do the same for the scoring pile. That's what I think we're going to do. So, take a sip. I'm going to ditch these right now. Because if I don't, that 5 is the only odd card I have. I have no other way to use that ability if I don't. So we're going to do that right off the hop. 5. So again, I have a maximum of 4 here. I'm going to... I'm going to slough this one off with the 2. Yeah, you agree? You think I should do the 4? We're in agreement. Excellent. Thank you, Jim. Anyone else who's watching, please, by all means, feel free to chime in. Whoops. 7. So again, this is 7 of trump. I'm going to get rid of that because I will lose no matter what. So now we've got a little bit trickier. So great. I can point off the 8. I have to win all of these. Point off the 6. Point off the 6. Now, I have to decide if I think this is an eyes, I'll win. If I don't, I risk losing. So I think I don't like those odds. So I'm going to actually... Because what will happen is I will draw another card if I use my Baron of Eyes. Gonna do it because I don't trust it. I made a good call. So I get to draw one more card, which is 5 of Eyes, not necessarily any better. 6. Nope. So I made 3 points. I needed 4. So unfortunately, that means I will have not succeeded in that. First one I've lost. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. Especially being kind of a middling card that was only going to be worth 1 point anyway. And the ability of as an ally was only, so-so. So if I'm going to lose, that was a good one to lose on. Can you tell I'm not a good card counter? Don't do good in Vegas. Actually, I just stay the heck out. I love Vegas. Don't get me wrong. I stay out of the casinos. I just straight up. I would love to go. They had one, and I forget which one it is, and I have to find out if it's still there. They had a game called Ricochet Poker that was designed by James Ernest. So I wanted to go and play that. And the one year that I knew it was there, I just couldn't make it to that casino. So next time I'm in Vegas, I definitely have to reach out and see if that's still there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, I got holy moly. I got a whole smack load of yellow. Now, upside to that is really there isn't an upside. I can come down to this King of Leaves, and I could bring in my Jack of Flowers, and that would get me to discard all of those. I could also deal with that and discard the 1. That leaves me with I need to win at least 1 suit. So I think this is not bad. So I'm going to go with the King of Leaves. I'm going to bring my Jack of Flowers in. And I'm not going to pull the trigger on this stuff right off the bang. I have 2 8s, so I'm fine. 7 of eyes. Lose. Lose. 3 or 4 of flowers. Win. Good. So we are going to discard 2 cards that are exactly 9. We are going to discard all cards that match the ruler's suit. And that leaves me with a 2. There's a very good chance that I will not win this. Boom. I got 1 point. I needed 1 point. So that is successful. Now, the ruler that I brought in now gets discarded. I still get the points for them, but I can only use this once. Whether I use it or not, once you bring them in as an ally, that ends that. Reset those. This is much better. This is a much better round. It really does reinforce the thoughts I had yesterday, and that the biggest component of this game is your ally management. You need to work with the ones you have, but also it's really what you get up here massively impacts the game. But it's not a long enough game that makes a giant difference, right? Like, I'm taking my time. I've been babbling and rambling, and we're sitting at 38 minutes since I went live. Take out 3 or 4 minutes at the beginning. So we're sitting, we'll call it 30 minutes at this game, under 30 minutes so far. And I'm halfway through the game. 2, 4, 6, 8. So it is not a long game. And if I wasn't here talking to all of you fine folks at home, I would probably have gone through it a lot faster. All right. So again, I've got a ton of leaves here. I have no claws, which is good. But I've got too many high cards here. I've got 3 6s and 8. This is a dangerous hand to try and go for the Prince of Claws. it's also not a good enough hand to go for the Prince of Eyes. At the other end of things was 7. If I go for the 0, I still can't get rid of that 8. If I get rid of the 6 and a 3, that's good. I can discard another 2 6s to get me out of that. It's odd, discard a card. So as long as I can deal with an even card, an odd card being played. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go for the Prince of Claws. I need to win 0. Nothing. Nada. Zip. I have no trump, but I have his wonkin' big 8. But I might be able to discard it. We're going to start this off by immediately discarding those 2 cards, drawing a number of cards equal to the difference. It was a pair, so there was no difference. I don't want to... oh no, I can still do that. So what I discard next will depend on what comes up next. 4 of Eyes. Fine, I can get rid of that 8. Does nothing. I still have 2 sets of cards that give me a 9. So we're still good there. I think we're going to do it. We're going to pull the trigger on this. We're going to go ahead, discard those 2. If I use my Baron, does your conversation makes the game so interesting? I appreciate that. It's a skill, honestly, and I'm not to be able to talk and play is a skill. And if you wander through Twitch channels, it's the good ones can talk to people. Quite frankly, I wish I had more people to talk to. Jim, spread the word. Tell all your friends to subscribe. Yes, I can. I can get rid of no matter what. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use my Baron because there's nothing that I can play that I can't play that 3 with. I can't play it on suit. I slough off the 3, which means I discard a card, leaving me with only this 2. It is very unlikely that I'm going to lose. Boom. 0 points. So, with the 0 points having been made, I have successfully done that. Excellent. So I've only now got 3 more options out here. I've got the Jack of Eyes, where I need 3. I've got the 6, Queen of Claws, and the Prince of Eyes on 7. So those are the only 3 options that I have left. 3 more hands. And this goes away. Still no cheese. Welcome, Tom. I'm sorry I don't got any cheese. There you go, Tom. Oops. Cheese. I don't even have rules for this. I would actually have to look them up. This is was a preview copy that was handed off to me by someone else. Who's the other one? Over here. Just curious. How many players is that one? It was also 2. Yeah. All right, there you go. So I got some cheese for you, Tom. If I really, really wanted to, I could dig through and find some cheese dice. Because I do have a set of D6 that are cheese. Oh, ho, 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 ho. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's see what is in here. I'm hoping to get a lot of claws or a lot of eyes. The answer was no. No, I did not. So let's just stop for a second. Look what I have available to me up here. Draw cards one at a time until you draw a card of the ruler's suit or you decide to stop. That's a good one over there with the 7 because I could get it with a whole bunch of extra cards. Look at the top card of the deck. Exchange it with a card in your hand. Plausibly really good. Can easily make for an automatic win or an automatic lose. Discard a card with a value equal to the number of cards in your hand. So that's not as ideal. It would get rid of one of my 7s fairly early, which is good because I don't necessarily want it if I've got those 3s. I am just for the record, I am leaning towards the Jack of Eyes here. Go to the 7th, have faith. No, not this. No, I'm saving that because there's definitely things I can do that are better if I potentially, for example, like getting the Jack of Eyes is definitely beneficial before getting that. Queen of Claws would be useful, but not as. So I'm gonna go for the Jack of Eyes. I'm gonna go for that 3. That's a good. I have no faith. I'm faithless, Jim. I'm sorry. So those of you who are just joining us, I am playing for Northwood, a solo trick-taking game using one of the scenarios from The Noisy Year. I have 3 hands left before the end of this game. I'm doing not badly, quite frankly. I'm quite happy with where I'm sitting. So let's take a look where this is going to start. Keeping in mind with what I've got up here, I do have discard. Oh, was I going to take a thing? Yes, I was going to take my King of Leaves. All right. So let's see. 4. I have 3 cards that I can play. Again, I only want to win 3. I'm going to use this opportunity to get rid of this 1 because I don't need it. It does nothing for me. I can't even play it as a 9. 4 of claws. Same problem. I'm going to go ahead and lose. I'm going to lose it. So I still have some opportunities for shenanigans here. 4. So I get that point on a 6. So that's 1 point. I have 2 points left that I can get. 3. So at this point, I have choices. I can slough something off. I can trumpet and guarantee myself a win on those. And I think I'm going to trumpet for my second point. Okay. I need to get one more win here. Do I want to get rid of those? The answer is probably. So I'm going to, actually, no. I'm going to use my King of Leaves at this point. Look at the top card of the deck, which is a 3 of trump, I might add, and exchange it for a card in my hand. So if I exchange it with that, I know I will lose the next. If I exchange it with that, I'm not quite guaranteed to lose. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to exchange it with that, because I can then discard 2 cards equaling 9. Just knocking stuff around here. 7. I'm going to take my third point, as there's only 2 cards that can lose me the game, or this hand anyways. 2, we're safe. So I've gotten 1, 2, 3 points. I needed 1, 2, 3 points. That is success. So again, I reset everything. The ally I brought in goes away. 2 more hands. It's either going to be a 6 or a 7. These are my 2 options. Which one I go for will depend largely on what I draw. I do have a lot of good options because I don't want to discard. Remember, this is discard or score. So this is good to keep. This lets me draw a bunch more cards. Theoretically, I've been using it as a method to discard, but that's because of how I've played it with the specialty rules. Prince of Claws could be beneficial. Jack of Eyes would be good if I want to get rid of some stuff. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Discard a card with... I don't want to discard cards, so the Lady of Flowers is useless. Okay. So I have 3 trumps over here. I've got an 8, a 7. I'm looking at the 6 right now. I have 0 eyes. I am going to go for my Queen of Claws. So I need to win 6 hands. Potentially I can do that fairly easily. But I'm going to take my Jack of Eyes, which lets me draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So again, I have to win 6. So let's take a look, see what this hand does. 3. I could slough something off. I don't want to. I'm going to take that 7 trump. Because it is the trump suit, but I have to play the suit. 5 of leaves. I have a 7 of leaves. Three of eyes. I have nothing. I'm going to go ahead and take the trump. 1 of flowers. I'm going to take that with the 2 of flowers. So I have 3. And with 3 left. Plausibly, I've got at least 2 good ones in here. 8. I've now lost that extra trump. So I'm going to stop for a second. This is useless to me. I can't actually do that anymore, which is fine. I'm going to draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. 3 of flowers and a 6 of eyes. So if I take the 6, I'm going to get rid of the 3. That leaves me everything but trump, which is fine. I need to get 3 more wins. Before I do that, if I discard something different, if I keep it, I could draw another whole whack of cards, right? So let's actually, I'm going to discard those two. I'm then going to use that Lady of Claws to draw. I'm going to discard the 3 and the 8, which is a difference of 5. So I get to draw 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not terrific, but not bad. A couple of 6s, 7s, still no trump. Not the end of the world. I could discard or score 2 cards that equal to 9. I do have those. So I'm just going to keep that to the side as a reminder that that's what I want to do with those. 6. I can slough off the 4. So that is my only. Now, if I get another leaf, I have to play that. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score these 2. So that gives me 5 out of 6. I've used up all of my allies. So it all comes down to what do I draw? I haven't drawn a lot of claws, which are the trump suit. There's one there. So I can get rid of that. So which means now the only thing that I can win on is if they draw more flowers. And these are middling flower cards. So I get rid of that. So there's only 3 cards that will lose me this game. And I think they've been played. 8. 4. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I just mismath that? I just mismathed that. I did the same thing yesterday. Where, I just mismathed that. I have 5 points. I needed 6. That was what you call a mistake. I'm still in a really good spot as far as score goes. I'm not terribly. Yep. Hashtag yep. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. It's not the end of the world. Jack of Eyes gets discarded. Yep. Agreed. All right, so we're gonna give these a shuffle. This is the last hand for this. I'm going for the Prince of Eyes. I'm going to make Willie Nelson sad. I'm going to break the cardinal rule at the table. I'm going to count my points now to see if I'm going to win or lose, because it comes down to that. I've got 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 points right now. I have to beat this in order to technically win. So I'm going to take my Prince of Claws. I will pop it there because I know I'm going to need that. I need a bunch of eyes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the one I need a stellar hand for. I need to get 7. Count them, 7 points in this. Not bad. Not bad. I only got 2 trumps, but I got a 6. I got a 7. I've got a 1, 2, 3. Those aren't good. So I've got theoretically 4 to 5 sewn up here. I will start until there's no reason not to do that. I will start with my Prince of Claws and draw until I get an eye. Son of a... Well, I got an eye. Now, other things. I can score 2 cards that equal 9. I think I'm going to... wait just a hair to do that. Because I do have 2 6s and another flower on my 3. So I can make that happen on a later turn. I also have the ability to, why would I not do this right now? I'm going to ditch it 7 and a 1. So I get to draw 6 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And none of them were eyes. I would have had all of those cards. Oh. All right, then. So let's just resort through all of this. I still want to keep a 3 and a 6. I got a 7s and 2s. This is not bad. All right. So I got a mitt full of cards, which is upsides, downsides to that. That was this. But I can discard or score 2 more. So let's see where we're at. 1 of eyes. Have to play to suit, so 4 of eyes. 8 of flowers. I'm going to lose on the flowers. If I want to discard that 3, I need to do so now. But I have another 3 over there, so I will get rid of that 3 there and lose on it. 4. I will win on the 5. I still have another 5 here, so I can still do stuff there. So I've got 2, I need 7. I need to win 5 more. 5, I've got the 6. 4, I've got the 5 and the 6. Gonna take the 6. Because it really doesn't matter because I have both of them. 4, that's the 7. So now I have to make decisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can only win 2 more. If I get rid of these in some combination, I can discard them and have this still left. If I don't, those 2s are not likely to win me anything. That is, and I can theoretically, and that's a pretty decent one, and I can probably slough some of this other stuff off, anything that I would be able to trump. And I still have the plausibility of still doing something. So 8 of claws. Perfect. 8 of eyes. Don't have a choice. So I have to play that, and I do lose. It is the one card that I could lose on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just making a giant mess with these flying cards. At this point, I'm going to score the 6 and the 3. I've got a decent chance of not losing at this point. I've got 2 2s and a 4. 5. I can get rid of. I can lose on the 4. 8. Lose on the 2. Almost guaranteed. 3. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that gives me the camera in the wrong direction. 7. Ta-da! And that is the end of the game. I have 16 points, which lets me win. I'm going to stop sharing that screen. We are going to click this one here. And then I'm going to go over here and share screen window. Oh, hold on. Window. Share. So, here's our summer. I have, in fact, one. Let's see if I can just thicken that up a little bit. There we go. Ta-da! Save. That's the second summer. Done. I'm going to keep going. Why? Because I love you folks at home. So let's take a look-see. Huzzah! 5 out of 7. That's good. Yes, it is. And quite frankly, it's kind of about what you have to do. He said, I got 16 points exactly, having lost those two. So it is a challenge. It is definitely a challenge to deal with that. Let's see what the next round is. I can share screen. Nope, that's not what I need yet. No, oh no, I think I just screwed that up. That's okay. I'll have to do something else in a second, but noisy here. Summer 3. Share screen. Share. All right, there we go. So here is the third scenario. I'm going to read it from here for the summer. Do a barrel roll. It's the annual air show festival where our high-flying denizens perform feats of astounding aerial acrobatics. This year's show features our most hardworking woodland friend, Sparrow. Setup. Allies are the Lady of Flowers, duck, Lady of Bees, and the Lady of Leaves, which is the sheep. So let's just go through. Lady of Flowers. It's right there. Eep, eep, eep. Lady of Flowers. I need the Lady of Bee. I need the bees and the sheeps. Lady of Leaves. And Lady of Bees. Lady of Bees. Lady of Eyes. So there is my 3. We'll shuffle these back up in a moment. All right. Before each ruler's statement, that's the first card that gets drawn. But after activating any abilities, I may rotate the visiting card 180 degrees, flipping it the direction of the sparrow's arrow. Oh, okay. So that's the card we're talking about here. I can rotate it 180 degrees. Whenever the sparrow's is pointing up, scoring rules are reversed. If you score if you respond with a lower dialogue card of the same suit. When it's pointing down, higher cards score as normal. Other rules like following suit and scoring by trump remain the same. All right. That's a thing. I have a crack like the crack in the wall in Doctor Who, but it on my lampshade. That's not a bad thing. I mean, as long as it's on your lampshade. I mean, All right, so we've got the allies shuffled up. We'll shuffle up the rest of my deck, and then we'll deal everything out. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the game. I'm not in a rush. I've got a beer. My laptop is actually plugged in. I've got power. I'm running on adrenaline, which is great. Manic mode for me is a delightful thing. All right, so we will switch to that. Oops, that. All right, let's see what we get. Hide. Bloop, bloop. All right, let's see. We're going to shuffle these. So we're going to see what we get for people. In the 0 spot, it will be the Prince of Claws. Draw cards one at a time until you draw a card of the ruler's suit or decide to stop. That's good to have it. I would like to have seen that in a more of a mid, but that's okay. Baron of Leaves. You may exchange a card in your hand with the top card of the discard pile if it has the same value. Do the same for the score pile. So that basically be a way to kind of bring in more trump cards or slough off trump cards, depending on the rules. King of Claws. Put the highest value card or cards in your hand to the scoring pile. That's going to be in your number 2 spot. Queen of Leaves. Use the ability of the ruler of the fief you are visiting. King of Leaves. Now, hold on. I'm just going to stop for half a second because I'm pretty sure I can only have 2 of a type. Rulers, kings and queens. Oh, I misread this. Sorry. It is kings and queens only, placed randomly. So I'm glad I checked that because that would have sucked. So we will just remove those 2. King of Leaves will go in that first spot that I have to fill. Jack. So the King of Leaves is look at the top card of the deck, exchange it with the card in your hand. That's going in the 0 slot. Queen of Flowers, place the top card of the score pile face down on top of the deck, is in the 1. There's your Prince, Jack, Baron, Prince. Queen of Claws. Draw the top card from the deck, discard pile, and score pile in the 4. King of Eyes. Name any suit, draw 2 cards, then discard all cards of that suit in your hand. That's in the 5, so that's good. It's at the opposite end of the 0 set, so that's kind of good. Queen of Eyes. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck and return them in the same order. And King of Flowers. Discard 2 cards whose value sum exactly 9. Glad I looked at that. So just to, once again, go through what these allies are. Lady of Flowers. Discard a card with a value equal to the number of cards in your hand. Draw 2 cards, then discard any number of cards that sum up to exactly those 2 cards' value. Interesting. Lady of Leaves, draw a card, unexhaust another exhausted ally. Those are some risky stuff. That's interesting. All right, let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. A whole whack of flowers here. So I definitely don't want the Queen of Flowers. King of Leaves. I only have 1 trump if I do the King of Leaves. I got a couple of 8s. I don't want to do that. King of Claws. I only got the 2 trumps, but I only want to win 2. I'm going to go for the Queen of Leaves. It's a useful card. There. So. The goal is 3 points. 3 wins. Trump is Leaves. 3 of eyes. Do not have that. I will trumpet. No, I won't. I'm gonna ditch my 8. I'm gonna slough that off because that's scary. 2 of leaves. So I have to play my 7, which points. So that is 1 out of 3. The trumpet. Yes, Tom, the trumpet. 8 of leaves. So I would have lost that otherwise. Again, that's the trump suit, so does not matter what I play at this point. I'm gonna play my 1 though, and just get it out of there because I know I will never win on that. 5 of leaves, Jeebus. I'll get rid of my 3. 2 of eyes. I don't have anything that can beat that, or lose that for that matter. I have to win 2 more numbers. Stopping for a moment. Discard a card. I don't want to discard a card. Draw a card and unexhaust another ally. So that would not be a bad plan. Let's try it. We're going to use my Lady of Eyes. Draw 2 cards, then discard any number of cards that sum up exactly to those 2 cards' value, which is going to be probably impossible. Discard any number of cards that sum up exactly those 2 cards' total value. I think the rule is technically that I have to discard my entire hand. I am actively going to go to the FAQ on this one. I have not been doing that in the past, you will note. But for that one, I'm going to do it. Where's the... There we go. I'm going to go here. bit.ly/4 Northwood FAQ. There we go. And so that everyone else can see it as well. I'll take that out. We are going to share that tab. Official rules and explanations. There we go. All right. So y'all can see that, or everyone will be in a second here. There. General. Unless specified in ability, you always draw from the deck to your hand, discard from your hand to the discard pile. If you look, activate an ability, there is at least one valid way to execute. You must perform the ability. If there's no valid way to perform the ability, it does nothing. So it might do nothing, because it does specifically say exact. If an instruction tells you to draw or move cards from an empty pile, do as much as possible. It's not an empty pile. If it's clear you've lost a visit, you don't need to finish the 5. That makes sense unless it's a scenario. I need Lady of Eyes. Prince of Eyes. Lady of Eyes. If there's no valid combination you can make, you will end up discarding the 2 cards that you just drew. Oh, that makes sense. Draw 2 cards, then discard any number of cards that sum... Oh, derp. That sum up to those 2 cards' total value. So yeah, okay. Nope, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I've drawn a 7 and a 5 for 13. I don't need to discard 13 cards. I need to discard cards that add up to 13. Okay, that makes more sense. I can't do that because the 5 is the only card that I have. The 5 is the only card the 5 is just the only card that I have that is an odd numbered card, which means I do have to discard both of those cards. Not the end of the world. I can use my Lady of Leaves, draw a card, and unexhaust somebody. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I am going to go ahead and leave it at that. 6 of Eyes. Don't have anything. 2. Excellent. So there's a 6. So now I've got an 8, and now I have to just hope I get claws, is the short answer to this. 5. Haha! 7. There. Nope. Let's do the 8, and it doesn't matter which one I do. I've got both of them here. So now I just have to hope I don't get a claw, which I don't. 1, 2, 3 points. I needed to get used cars equals 12. Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, I have 3 points. I needed 3 points. I have successfully navigated that challenge. Woohoo! And if I needed, I now have the FAQ sitting up in another tab. So it's a little easier to get to, if and I desire it. Hashtag woo! Yes, Tom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Excuse my giant mess over the edge of my table. Whack load. Jeebus. An entire giant whack load of flowers. This might actually be a good time to bugger over to the 7. Because of my 8 cards, despite the fact that some of them are low, I have 6 out of 8 of my cards are trump suit. So that seems not unreasonable. I don't want to use my Queen of Leaves ability. So yeah, we're going to go over there to 7. That's I think that's the correct decision to make at this point, given this particular hand. Before I do that, nah, that's too late. I've already played it. I have none, so I can do that. Trumped. 1. 2. Don't have it. 3. I have it. 4. Now, I actually do have to lose one of these. 7. I will take the... Doesn't really matter. I've got the 3, 4, and 5. Whatever, I'll just take the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7. 6. There we go. 6. I can discard my 5 or my 3. I've still got my 5. 2. Did I math correctly? Because I'm an idiot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. I needed a whopping 7 points. So I am, in fact, victorious. That pleases me greatly. That went the way it was supposed to. Unlike the last game where I just mismathed. Math is hard, people. It's late at night. Math sucks. Yes, there is. Give me a moment to answer this. Oh, look at that. So I'm getting a message saying somebody is watching. Yay! Welcome. I am glad you're here. And since I know that you're new, I will re-explain what we are playing. So I am playing for Northwood. Now feel free to again comment in the comments because I can see you. Like, share, all of those other fun stuff. Say hi to the darling brat. And For Northwood is a solo trick-taking game. It's not terribly big. This is, a little bit bigger than the size of like a deck box for a collectible card game. I have 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 7 cards out here. They are fiefs. And these are their rulers. Rulers start as neutral to me. I then have a dialogue with them in order to get them to be friendly to me. That is a long, flowery way to say it's a trick-taking game. I can only win 6 tricks, 0 tricks, 1 trick. Exactly. I get 8 cards. The rest get drawn off the top of the deck. I do have allies that I can use for abilities. And if I have brought someone over to be positive to me, I can swap them in as an ally as well. I'm not going to do that just yet. This is a specific scenario, which I'll just pop back on the screen here for a moment. Share screen. Keep hiding my app, and I shouldn't. There we go. So that's the scenario. Do a barrel roll. I have specific allies set. It is also said who the rulers are, and I've done all of that because I'm mid-game. Before each ruler statement, that's the first card they play, I can rotate the visiting card, which is the arrow card that you'll see at the top. And if it's up, scoring rules are reversed. So low beats high instead of high beating low. I haven't done that yet. I don't expect that I will, but you never know. So I get to draw my hand, 6, 7, 8. Turn the arrow upright just to see it happen, Jim. Jim likes the chaos. Jim likes the chaos. All right. We'll take a look at my hand before I do that. I've got a 3, 5, 6s. I don't have enough low cards to risk doing that. I will do it at least once, I promise. But this is, the cards only go up to 8, and I've got a bunch of 5s and 6s. I'm going to go for the King of Eyes. So I need 5 points to win on this. Eyes are the trump suit. I only have 2 of those, but I don't have more than 2 of anything else either. But again, as I pointed out, those are reasonably high cards. So not super high, but not unreasonably. So the King of Eyes opening statement is an 8 of leaves. I must standard trick taking rules. So I have to follow suit. So I have a 2 and I have a 5. I'm going to ditch my 2 because I will never win on a 2. That's you can, but realistically, not going to happen. 3, I will win with my 5. 7 of claws. I have the 5 and the 6. Obviously, it doesn't actually matter which one I throw at this point, because 1 to 4 are going to be the same, and above is going to be the same. So I will just, out of sake of doing it, I'll just toss the 5. 4. So at this point, I have the option of either, this is the trump suit, I can either slough something off, or I could trump it. I don't have any trump cards, so I'll get rid of that. 8 of eyes. God damn it. I can't beat that. Now we have a problem. I have 5. I have 1, 1. I only have 3 more in my hand. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use my Lady of Eyes ability. This is... Hush, Jim. You should... I know you were right. Draw 2 cards. Discard any number of cards that add up to those same sums. So we'll see what happens here. I get another 6. I get another 2. Neither of them in the trump suit. Neither of them makes a darn bit of difference. So they both get discarded. It's like I can a 6 and a 2 or a 6 and a 2 in the opposite suits. Not particularly helpful. Lady of Leaves, draw a card and unexhaust. Okay, well, that's at least a trump, even if it is only a 1. Lady of Eyes again. 1, 2. So now this is better. I will get rid of the 6 of paws for the 6 of leaves, which is trump. I will take the 2 of claws and get rid of the 2 of flowers. This is better. I still have to win everything, which is not good, but this is moderately better. 7. Well, I've now lost. I will still play this out, but I have lost. 7. 1. Hey, I at least won that one. I won on the 2. Trump. So I win 3 points. As pointed out, I need 5 points. So I have, in fact, failed. Go ahead, Jim. Tell me you told me so. Go for it. Roast me before Tom does. That was not ideal. That was not ideal. So we will give this a shuffle. And let's see what we can do. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's see what's in this hand. I got 4 eyes, but they're kind of low. I got a couple of 8s. And a 6 and a 7 there. So again, I just don't think this is a good one to switch the birdie. Hashtag roast. Who's got the butter? Can't believe it's not butter. I mean, butter is definitely this face. There's the butter. Yes, I do have 4 eyes. But yes, I also have the butter right here. Butter face. Not really. The rest of me is no better. Okay, so I don't think I can win 6 with this. 1, 2, 3. Maybe. This is risky. This is gonna be a risky one. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Queen of Eyes. I'm going to take my Queen of Leaves, which allows me to use the ability of the ruler, which is look at the top 3 cards of the deck and return them in the same order. Yes. Okay, so we're going to do that. Don't really need to worry about it yet. There's my 8. There's my first point out of 6. Four of eyes. 6 of eyes, so that's 2 out of 6. 3. I have a 2 and I have an 8. I'm going to win on that 8 no matter what. So I'm going to slough off my 2. 7. There's my 8. again, those two things wouldn't have made a difference, but 2, 4. So now I have 4 out of 6. I have 3 trumps. I'm going to use my Queen of Leaves. Use the ability of the ruler on the fife you're visiting, which is look at the top 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So I know I'm going to win all 3 of those. I don't necessarily want to win all 3 of those, however. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, I can only win 2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at those again. There's nothing saying I can't. 5, 3, and an 8. So if I draw my 2 cards here, it would give me nothing. I would have to throw them out anyway, because I have to throw out 2 cards that, any number of cards that adds up to that sum. So it would be 8. But I still need to win 1. So I don't want to do that yet. If I did that, I can draw a card. I'm still stuck with that. I need to basically be able to discard one of those. So I'm going to draw. If I use her and draw my 5, I know the next one is a 3 and an 8. I have 2 things here of an 8. So if I then draw that 3 and an 8, or if I draw, no, that math doesn't work. I can get rid of those. Yeah, I can keep the 8 and get rid of those. This is not a bad plan. All right, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works, folks. Jim, you're all good. Dave, Sonia, have you thought about playing trivia games? Just kidding. I do have party games. I have a case they used to have on stage of trivia stuff. I have done trivia on shows before. The trick is getting enough viewers to make it worth it. So potentially I could do that. All right. Draw a card and unexhaust this guy. So again, I need to win 2. 3. So I will then get rid of, I'm going to use my 2. Wait. It's 8 and a 3, which is 11. Yeah, I'm going to use my 2. I will then use my Lady of Eyes. Lets me draw 2 cards and then discard the cards that add up to that. So, Jeebus. So that is an 8 and a 7. Oh, because I did it 1 turn too wrong. Oops. Play with friends. I have played with friends, but again, it's just a matter of if I'm going to do it on the channel, I got to have more. I have no friends. What are you talking about? Okay. So basically I can discard that and that, keep that. This is not the end of the world. We will once again look at what the next 3 cards are. 1, 2, and 3. So again, I will win one of those and only one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is exactly what we want. Math works finely. Five. Yes, it was a 15. I could have discarded different ones, but in 3 years, it might be the end of the world. Yes, it could. All right. 5. I'm going to take my trump. I'm going to win it. No, I'm not. because I don't remember what the other ones are. I'm going to slough that off. 2, slough that off. 7, trump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. I needed 6 points. Success! So, I unexhaust all these guys. Because I used this person, they go away. I still get the points for their fights. I just don't get to reuse them as an ability. I have 4 more hands. So we are halfway through this game. I'm not going to rush through it, but it will probably come in just under 2 hours, which is not a bad thing. Who knows? Maybe I will want to play some more. I could be behind. I could get behind that. You know, tell your friends to log on as well. Tell your family. Hey family, just turn the stream on in the background somewhere. Viewers and more importantly subscribers are important. So if you know somebody who's not subscribed, get them to subscribe. Even if I won't even ask them to turn the bell on. But if you like me, turn the bell on. You think I have friends? No. You at least have at least one family member that will occasionally do things. Tell them to turn on the channel and in the background and just subscribe and be nice because they like me. I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heck, tell them to subscribe with our secret backup that you don't know about, and watch them panic and go, wait, how do you know that I have that? You don't. Oh, here we go. This is potentially a great hand to monkey with. So, of course, now it's all low hand stuff, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go for the Queen of Claws. I'm going to flip my birdie. So I have... There we go. So I've flipped that over. So now low cards will beat high. My family doesn't YouTube. They have lives. Your brat has no lives. All right. Here we go, though. I'm going to keep that because I want less. Cool, you got a little ball, huh? No, I'm going to save that because I want to discard later. I got lower stuff to do. Let's see what we can do. Again, low cards win. So, I can only win 4. We will do it with the 2, and I will win. I will switch this so you can actually see what I'm doing. 4. I don't have anything here. I'm going to go ahead and slough off one of these ones because I don't necessarily want to win. 5. 3 wins. Wait. Yeah, no, it was right. Okay. Did I break the rules? No, I did not. Okay. 2 out of 4. 2. So, I'm going to slough that off. Getting dangerous. 6. I will win that with a 1. So like I said, now we have gotten into a dangerous point because all I have are 3 cards out of suit. 8. All right. So we will draw 2 cards and then discard any number of cards. 1, 2. None of these actually are helpful at all. I'm going to keep the... I'm going to keep the flower. And then I can draw a card, unexhaust, do it again. 1, 2. Discard those same 2 cards. Not terribly helpful. Should have kept the flower. Oh. Three points. I needed 4 points. I has failed. This was only worth 1 point, so I think I can still win. Not going to do that math. Low carbs in the trick. Get rid of the high carb. Yeah, I did. Yeah, low carbs in the trick. Yep. Wrote cards. Yes. All right. I like low carbs. No, I don't. All the carbs. 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 Right, I know I'm dinging. Actually, it's good timing that I dang, I guess, because I did have it on streaming. Let's go. I'll just leave it. Sorry, mumbling to myself. Mumble. Hashtag carbs. Yes. That's going to be the next meme. Instead of cats being called cars, they're going to start calling them carbs. Which then just turns into a Chinese food joke. 5, 6, 7, 8. And not necessarily an appropriate one, but we'll take it anyway. All right. So we're down here somewhere. 2, 3, or 0. Don't like any of those options. I think I'm going to go for the King of Claws. And I am going to reverse that back to what it was. I don't like that. Google voice text is getting my words wrong. Yeah, that happens. Here we go. I suppose I should have looked at those. Whatever. 3. So again, I can only win 2. Gonna take, doesn't matter which one I use. 8. Oh, I could have sloughed that. I realized I had 2 there. That's okay. Great. I can get rid of that 4. 4. I'm gonna win on that 6. I'm gonna stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Irrelevant. We're gonna. Yeah. There's no reason not to. 1, 2, 10. So I have to discard cards that equal up to 10. So get rid of that, and I get rid of that, and keep those. Kind of splitting the difference. But that's a trump. I don't necessarily want to do that. So I could, and I really would like to get rid of that 7. I want to keep the 5. I think I have to keep the 5 and just kind of fingers crossed. It's after 11 p.m. here. Yeah, it's 9:20 here, so I'm in Mountain. I hate this. I think I have to risk the... No, I'm not. I'm not going to risk it. I got a better chance of sloughing that off than a trump off. One, two, three, four, five. 2. Great, I can slough that off. That's not hard. 7. See, I can get rid of that. 3. I can get rid of that. See, now we're moving along here. 8, 2, 4, 2. Boom. I did the correct thing. 1, 2. 1, 2. Huzzah! So now there is only 2 hands left. I have to basically win 1 trick out of the next 2 hands. That's not great, although being able to reverse the scoring with the little birdie might actually make it easier. It is entirely plausible. If I get a big high one, then I can then muck around with it. The King of Claws is an absolutely useless card for me right now. His ability is to put the highest value card or cards from my hand into the scoring pile. Don't want that. Full stop, right? We'll go to the top 3 cards of the deck and return them in any order. Not bad. And the King of Flowers is discard 2 cards that equal 9. So that's probably... I'll probably bring that in next. Possibly both of them, quite frankly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. So my trump options are flowers and leaves. I got a load of leaves. I'm going to go for flowers, I think. I'm going to keep it the way it is because I don't want that. I can plausibly slough that off because I don't have any eyes. I have a couple of options as far as discarding down to 9. So I'm going to go ahead, take that, and I'm going to put it with the... instead of the Lady of Leaves. I'm a big high one. Yes, yes. Blaze on. My pronouns are she, high. I will simply just cheers. So I have nothing that will force me to play that 8. I still have 2 other claws. 7. I want to win 1, right? Only 1. I'm going to get rid of my 5. 4. I'm going to run out my 1. Have another 1. So here's what we're going to do. Going to go ahead and discard my 1 and my 8. 4. 3. 5, 3. So we are getting a little bit scary. 5. Now I actually want to win something. Thank you very much. 6. 3. Draw 2 cards. Have to discard them again. Oh. Did not win. probably technically cost me the game, because that was a 3-pointer. 2, 3, 6. Yeah, it will have lost me the game. Technically. Do I want to move on after that? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Little disappointed. So far, you've only lost 2 hands. I've lost 3 hands, unfortunately. And the math says... whoops. The math says that's not going to work, because I've got, again, sorry, Willie Nelson, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. That's a 4-pointer. So I can only get to 14 points. Technically, you need 16 points in order to win. Somehow I managed to have a whole bunch of cards flipped over that I didn't want. All right, there we go. We will see how close I come. And then I'll decide if I want to, what I want to do. Either way, I'll probably end the stream after this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What I will do over on the Twitches is which is the same as my YouTube channel. I'm gonna go. I'll raid somebody. I don't know who. I'll figure it out. But I'm trying to actively raid out on Twitch. So hang out there, Tom. I'll make something happen. All right. Cool. We will bring in my Queen of Eyes, because I want to be able to see what the heck's going on. I only have 1 trump. That's good. So let's start this off with, I have 8 cards in my hand, so I can discard my 8. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck. Do I care at this point? I'll read that message in a minute. I got the gist of that message, but I'll read it in its conclusion in a moment. We'll hang out for a few more minutes. Well, this gives me better... Actually, this gives me a lot more options if I do this now. So I'm going to go ahead, draw 2 cards. 1, 2. So that's 11. I have to discard cards that equal to 11. 3, 6, 9, 11. The downside to that is I'm getting higher cards as a result. Because I don't have a lot of other options that are of any use. That 5 is useless. I have a different 6 I could do, but I don't want that 6 actively. Actually, if I did that... No, I want to give that back. That's right. I feel like it's safer to keep those and just get rid of those. It has to be. There's no reason not to look at these. 1, 2, 3. I can, in fact, lose on all of those, so that's good. Eight, lose on the 3. 5, lose on the 3. 8, lose on the 7. Thank goodness. 4, lose on the 2. So I got 2 highs. I really got to get some flowers or leaves coming out here. Claw, I can at least lose on that. So now basically anything but eyes. And I lose. I'm not even going to... Yep. So I have 1 point. I've lost. Done. It was a good run. I lost, however, for 1-4. So 50%. I did not make... I only have 10 points. I'm well under what I needed to win. So I'm not going to fake it. There's no reason for me to do so at that point. However, that was fun. I'm still enjoying this game. I am. What I might do, so my tomorrow, I have to pack, I have to plan for the weekend. If I'm going to stream, it will be during the day. It will be before 5 p.m. Eastern. Why? Because I kind of have to. Have yourself a great time, Jim. Like I said, if I do this again, it'll be before dinner time tomorrow, because after that is just not an option for me. But thank you so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. If you are in Calgary, check out FallCon. Thank you again to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, of course, as always, for allowing me to use their StreamYard. Thank you to Julie's Andrews for allowing me to use their music. Thank all of you for coming here, subscribing, liking all of my stuff. Again, I'll be on Mel's Board Game Rooms channel. I will share that out to my Facebook page when I'm able. I don't know if I will or will not be able to co-stream that onto my own channel. I just simply don't know. But I'll definitely be sharing out the link, and I'll definitely share out the video afterwards, either way. So what we will do is we will come over here. We will put this thing up. Thank you. One of these days, I will stop and remember to switch that banner from the "will begin" to just the "please like and subscribe." Anyways, until next time, thank you again. Good gaming and goodbye.